radio meeting television. We're outside the radio stations now, and we're at the entrance to the radio park at the SABC. You can see some of the staff members, the employees coming in. We're sort of security personnel today. We're making sure that everybody comes on time, keeping them on their toes and keeping them accountable. I'm reminded of that song, Wachela ubani ukuthi uyinduna wabheka abafika late emsebenzini sibheka abafika late emsebenzini namhlanje. And of course our spokesperson Kaizer Kganyago, we were keeping track of whether or not he came on time. He has a very good excuse. He says he was doing interviews all morning, so he came at about 8:20 in Tate Kaizer.
No, I'm always on time, and time for us it's a relative factor, because as SABC we work 24/7. We cannot say somebody's late or somebody's early, because we're always on time.
Nice excuse. But talking about time, the SABC has managed to stand the test of time when it comes to broadcasting excellence. 78 years old this year. This month is our birthday month. What do you have to say about that?
No, we can safely say that we are the biggest broadcaster. We have stood the test of time. 78 years after, we are still standing. And I know that on the 1st of August, when we turn 78, Leanne, you were 10 years on air. Therefore, you are also sharing a birthday with us, and we will keep that continuously all the years. But as SABC, we have done very good work. We are the biggest. We have got the biggest reach. We have got almost more than 27 million people listening and watching on our platforms, and we're happy about it.
Talking about birthdays and presents, etc., you know what the greatest gift would be for soccer fans? Is if we could have the Bafana Bafana games aired here on the SABC. How are we going about trying to secure those official proceedings and those talks? I know that you have been very, very busy when it comes to that. So what are the SAFA talks looking like at the moment?
Yes, let me start by saying that when I saw the articles on Sunday, they were saying SABC lost the right. And I said to myself, we can only lose when we were in a competition. We were never in this competition for these rights. That's why we then went to meet with SAFA yesterday, and they categorically said to us that they have not issued statements like that. That is why we then agreed that our technical teams and our legal teams will, as of today, start meeting so that they can look at the current contract and the issues around it, and also look at the new contract going forward. And as far as we are concerned, we think that soccer and many other sporting codes are sports of national interest, and they need to be on a national broadcaster, which is the SABC. Therefore, we are going to do everything in our power to make sure that we seal this contract and make sure that the people of South Africa, in their interest, they must watch our national team when they play.
Let's leave it there for now. I'm going to let you go so that you don't use me as an excuse of why you're late in the office and why you're not answering journalist calls.
Definitely, I am going to answer all those calls and enjoy your day.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kaizer Kganyago, of course, the spokesperson of the SABC, talking to us about soccer, of course, being a national team that also has a growing number of females in the sport. And this being Women's Month, we're going to speak to the head of HR and find out what the SABC is doing when it comes to women issues and women employees. And so I'm going to ask you to step in. And I must tell you, all these heads of departments have been very good sports, because we've literally hijacked them on their way to work, checking to see if they've arrived on time. A very good morning to you. How are you?
I'm good, and yourself?
Very well, thank you. Talk to us about some of the projects that are underway for the employees, female employees to be exact, this Women's Month.
Okay, as you know, the women's issues are a legislative issue. So as HR personnel within the SABC, we are committed to making sure that we implement such legislation. You know, the Employment Equity Act that was passed in 1997-98, the affirmative action policy. So if you look at our structure, we are fairly good in terms of the numbers, but what we are striving for is now to make those numbers meaningful. Meaning you don't appoint them just to comply with the numbers, but you also give them meaningful jobs and key roles within the organization, be it at executive, at senior management, at middle management, and across the organization. So yeah, we are fairly committed as a national broadcaster. We must comply with the legislation of this country.
I like what I see when I come into the corridors or the lifts. There's a competition for some of the staff here at the SABC as well. Something about being every woman and wearing different hats, whether you're a mom, you're a working mom, or you're a wife, or whatever roles that women play. Talk to us about how you're rewarding the various variety of roles that women are playing.
Yeah, that's one of the projects that are being driven by human resources. By the way, I'm the general manager HR, reporting into the group executive HR, just so we are clear on that. So Mr. Jabulani Mabaso is very busy working on these initiatives, and yeah, we are sure that by the end of the financial year, we would have something tangible that enhances what we already have in terms of women's issues, you know, at various levels, in various divisions. And you must know, we've got a national footprint. We're not only talking SABC here, we're also talking SABC in various provinces across the country, you know, about 9 provinces. So yeah, we're working hard at making sure that we are enhancing what we have in terms of empowering the women, be it from the skills, be it from reward, be it from everything, all the aspects around the human resources. We are working on those projects.
Thank you so much again for your time. Let me let you go so you can continue to work hard. And I must admit, I can bear testimony to the fact that women are not being given stereotypical roles when it comes to broadcasting at the SABC. We have female camera women, we have them technical crew. They press all those large, intimidating, colorful buttons. So definitely breaking the mold and breaking stereotypes. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you very much. I agree. Even the chair of this organization is a woman.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that. Let's talk about money matters now. Something that's very, very important when it comes to this large and ballooning staff contingent here at the SABC. Datamuso, of course, being from HR, you need to pay people's salaries. Freelancers, they've been a very hot topic as well here at the SABC. So let's speak to someone who's heading up the finance department here at the SABC, Mr. Aguma. Very good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Morning to you, morning to the listeners.
How are we doing money-wise?
Well, we're doing well. We've got some stable finances. I can put it that way. It's under audit, so I won't talk about it. But we can say we're financially stable.
You are a rather large ship to steer, especially when it comes to human resources. Talk to us a little bit about how you're making sure that the checks and balances add up at the end of the day.
Well, yeah, SABC is a large organization, but we're implementing adequate controls as been explained to all our stakeholders. You will see that we're putting an action plan to deal with all these matters. It takes longer time than expected, but we will get there.
So are you the person I can speak to if I want to raise?
Yeah, not a raise particularly. You'd have to talk to the gentleman you're talking to, Mr. Mswell, for a raise. I will pay you after that. But of course, it has to be linked to delivery. We have to make sure that you deliver against our corporate plan, and yes, you can appropriate some funds for rewarding efforts.
So no free rides. Okay, let's talk a little bit now about freelancers. There's a large staff contingent at the SABC, permanent, contract, but also freelancers. We heard from the COO, Mr. Claudio Mutsoneng, saying that he would want to make sure that those who work 8 hours are not just regarded as fly-by-night freelancers who don't deserve an adequate pay. Talk to us about how you're going to try and make sure that they are remunerated adequately enough.
Yeah, all we can say is that we don't believe in a distinction between freelancers and employees because you all contribute to the organization. However, what we need to do is, in instances where there are disparities between what different classes of contributors, I would rather call it that, to the organization, we're trying to bridge the gap between the two. It's also a slow process. We can't rush because it can create other issues, but trust management, we will definitely bridge the gap. And for remuneration, freelancers shouldn't worry. I actually don't believe in a distinction between freelancers and employees conceptually. It's because you contribute to the same organization. My view is that let's say we have staff members who contribute, and let's reward them as and when they contribute to the organization.
Thank you very much. So at the end of the day, we must all make sure that we play the part. There you have it. We spoke to the spokesperson. We spoke to someone from HR, high-profile officials, also from the finance department. 78 years old this month in August is the SABC. So happy birthday to the SABC. You saw some of the staff members walking in and out, making sure that they're here on time. So just to give you a taste of what happens here on a day-to-day basis, a day in the life of SABC staff members, it's back to you in studio.